Generative AI allows students to produce finished assignments in seconds, regardless of their grasp of the material. Yet, the biological mechanisms of human learning remain exactly the same. For generations, education has relied on a structural assumption we can call the proxy method. Educators assumed that a completed outcome, whether an essay or a solved equation, proved that a specific amount of mental effort had occurred. The final product was a reliable proxy for the thinking. The historical proxy begins with instructional intent, forces students through a high-friction pathway of cognitive effort, and arrives at task output. AI tools draw a direct line from intent to output. The task registers as complete, but cognitive load is bypassed. The pathway stays dark. This severs the outcome from the process. Instructors are left evaluating a polished artifact that contains zero evidence of a student's internal understanding. Because this proxy has been severed, the mere submission of an assignment is no longer valid proof that thinking, and therefore learning, actually occurred. The common institutional reaction is to treat AI usage as a behavioral problem, an academic integrity violation to be policed. The actual issue is a structural failure in instructional design. We built tasks that measure outputs instead of measuring the invisible work of cognition. To fix this, curricula must be rebuilt around a single absolute axiom. Real learning is synonymous with the specific cognitive effort a task demands. Educators must design assignments where cognitive effort is visible, rigorous, and strictly unavoidable. In a classroom, visible cognition means requiring students to document their drafts, explain their logical missteps, and defend their choices. Banning tools is a reactionary bandage. Engineering tasks that mandate human effort is the sustainable cure. We can construct a defense against the cognitive short circuit using a first principles approach, creating what we call a curriculum alignment architecture. This diagram represents that architecture. It starts with a solid foundation block based on our core axiom: learning equals thinking. To make thinking visible, we must externalize the internal management of a task, a process known as self-regulation. This visibility is achieved when students provide evidence for three specific phases: how they plan their strategy, how they monitor their understanding in real time, and how they evaluate the validity of their final results. If a prompt does not force a student to execute these three steps, their learning remains entirely invisible to the instructor. This brings us to the second layer of the architecture: task design. Task superficiality occurs when an assignment asks for a generic summary or a standardized format. Generative models excel at producing these instantly. We counter superficiality with cognitive friction. As the friction slider moves up, the task design locks tightly into the active planning and evaluation nodes below it. A low-friction task asks for the causes of the American Civil War. A high-friction task requires the student to connect a specific primary source document to local economic data from their own hometown. If a task prompt can be fed directly to a language model to produce an A-grade artifact, the design has failed its purpose. The next step is validating the work through assessment design. Historically, rubrics evaluated the polished outcome, rewarding formatting and grammar over the intellectual journey. In this updated model, modern assessment acts as a permeable filter grid. It is calibrated to capture the messy process of understanding, letting evidence of revision pass through while blocking smooth, context-free outputs. With this architecture active, we can establish how AI tools integrate into the workflow. We apply a strict boundary condition to these tools. Are they bypassing the learning or supporting it? Bypassing occurs when a student uses an AI to draft an entire essay from scratch, offloading the formulation of ideas to the machine. Because the AI bypass completely skips the cognitive friction nodes, it smashes into the assessment filter and is blocked. Supporting, by contrast, means using the AI as a Socratic tutor, or asking it to generate opposing arguments that the student must manually debate. This AI support particle hits the friction node and ricochets the learner right back into the planning and evaluation loop. It generates more evidence of thinking before cleanly passing through the filter. Effective integration treats AI as a cognitive scaffold, a tool that heightens the depth of the work and ensures the machine serves as a catalyst for the student's own reasoning. Building this architecture solves the immediate problem, but it must be protected against long-term threats. Curriculum integrity is rarely destroyed by a massive policy failure or a single sweeping decision. The actual threat comes from micro-misalignments. Look at this architecture moving left to right along a timeline. Over semesters, glowing red fractures begin to appear between instructional intent, task structure, and assessment methods. A tweaked rubric here, a misunderstood prompt there. These slight shifts compound. The fractures widen, causing the layers to slide out of alignment. The assessment filter slips to the side, allowing the AI short circuit to bypass the filter entirely. This gradual erosion is practically invisible to administrators until the system has completely failed. Curriculum integrity degrades silently through repeated, unnoticed structural drift, demanding an active defense mechanism. Static, one-off AI policy updates will fail against this drift. We require a strategy of continuous design. We can fight this structural drift using a 5-step continuous design loop. This cyclical mechanism overlays the timeline with 5 nodes: engage, reflect on practice, plan adaptations, apply them, and review impact. As this mechanism rotates over the decaying curriculum, the fractures heal. Intent, task, and assessment snap tightly back into perfect alignment. This continuous loop forces educators to evaluate the real-world impact of their tasks based on actual student behavior rather than assuming their efficacy. Instructional designers must embrace their role as cognitive engineers. In the age of AI, what is intended to be learned will only be learned if we actively, continuously design systems that demand, protect, and make visible the act of thinking.